trainers here. I'm also joined by my fellow trainer, Hallie, who just ran in to grab something real fast. She'll be right back out. While she's doing that, though, I'm going to go ahead and get started with our rules. Now, it looks like most people have found a seat in the bleachers. That's great. You're going to have a great view there. If you did want to be nice and close, though, you can be right along this glass wall. You can come up front and take a seat for me. And if you can remain seated throughout the presentation, that'd be very helpful. That way everybody behind you can still see. If anybody wanted to move, now is the perfect time to do so. There's lots of room right up at the glass, so just go ahead and take a seat for me. All right, looks like we've got a few takers. Perfect. All right, and then those of you that are going to be right at the very front edge of the glass, I'm going to ask that you keep everything that you brought with you on your side. So that does include your hands, your feet, and any snack items or drinks. Nothing should be going under, over, or between those panels. And in return, our sea lions will keep their flippers on their side of the glass. Now, if you find yourself in our overlook today, please keep a tight grip on anything you brought with you. This is a very cold saltwater pool, so anything that goes in, I promise, will not come back out in the same state it went in. Plus, we have some curious sea lions swimming around in here, and we want to make sure they stay nice and safe in their home. Now, lastly, I may ask you guys a couple of questions. If you think you know the answer, shout out nice and loud. You don't have to raise your hand to use inside voices. If you do have any questions for us, though, you can hold them to the very end. We'll be more than happy to answer them once we're all done working with the sea lions. With that, though, I think we are just about ready to get started. So if you can go ahead and take a seat for me, please. Thank you. That way everybody behind you can still have a great view. All right, it looks like our sea lions are definitely ready to go. So we're going to go over to what we call our beach area. We're going to let them know it's time to begin their session by blowing a whistle 2 times. That tells the sea lions to go ahead and find their trainers. Now, the Tulsa Zoo is home to 2 juvenile California sea lions named Cisco and Reyes. Now, both of our sea lions are rescues, which does mean they were born out in the wild, but unfortunately ran into issues, and both needed to be rescued by the Marine Mammal Care Center in Southern California. For Cisco, who is front and center on that island right now, he is our 8-year-old sea lion, soon to be 9. He weighs just around 260 pounds right now, still growing a little bit. Great. Now for Cisco, while he was swimming out there, let's go. He met one of the top predators of a sea lion. Anybody want to take a guess what that might have been? You can just shout out. I actually heard 2. One of them was right. Let's go. The shark. He did meet one of those out there and received a bite. Now, sea lions do have another predator, the killer whale or orca. But the shark was what got Cisco. But lucky enough for him, he got away. Now, he was rescued probably since he had gotten out of the water, and that's where he was spotted. Brought into that care center where he was having a difficult time moving around. So, kind of dragging his rear flippers behind him, not really using them how he should. Now, after about a year of healing up at that rescue center, they really weren't sure if he would regain full use or not. Plus, he does have that scar down on his hip. Left one was so damaged from that infection that the only option really was to remove it. This left just his right one, which does have some scarring in it, so his vision is still pretty limited. So that would make hunting for fish and avoiding those predators really difficult. But you'll kind of see throughout the presentation here, it doesn't really slow him down at all. We can feed the fish right to him, and plus we can even give him some eye drops to make sure that the eye stays nice and healthy. Now, both of them came to us about 6 years ago, February of 2013. Okay. They're doing great so far, and they can come out here and be wonderful ambassadors for their species. Good. Now, these 2 are still pretty young, and they get mixed up with seals pretty much on a daily basis, because these guys are in fact sea lions. Now, they are 2 totally different animals, but very closely related. There are a couple of differences between them, though. If you get nice and close, and you see their head, and you see these little ears sticking out on the side of it, that is in fact a sea lion. Good. Those are external ears or pinnae, and they're very noticeable when you can see them. Now, the seals still have ears, but everything's all on the inside, so you're not going to see anything sticking out. you'll just find a little hole, good, where an ear would be on the side of their head. Good. Sea lions also have these large front flippers, good, and the ability to rotate those rear flippers underneath them and walk around on all fours. Back. Good. Perfect. Good. So they can go forwards and backwards and move around pretty easily with no problems. Now the seals look a little bit different when they're out of the water. They've got really short front flippers and they can't rotate those rear flippers underneath them. So instead they look more like that. They have to lay flat on their bellies and then they scoot like an inchworm or caterpillar. So they're a lot slower out of the water. Good. Now the last difference is how they swim, and that's based on those flipper sizes. Sea lions use these large, powerful front flippers. Good. In an up and down motion, very similar to us using our arms when we're swimming in the water. And the seal, or even out of the water, I think Reyes might show off actually for you once real quick. Very easy to get out of the water and get up to speed. Now the seals, since they have those short front flippers, they actually use their back ones, and they move them more side to side, kind of like a fish would. So our sea lions here definitely good, like to participate in all their training sessions. And that's exactly what we are doing right now. Now, they definitely have learned a lot of behaviors, but they do need a little bit of help from us. And we use a method of training here at the zoo called positive reinforcement. Sounds really complicated, but it's actually really, really simple. When they do something right, so lift the flipper. Good. That's what he did. I told him the word good, and then I could give him some yummy fish for doing well. Now, if he were to make a mistake, it's not a big deal. We all make them. Target. We just take a brief pause and either ask it again or move on to something else completely different. But this keeps everything really kind of positive for them. Good. Now, our sea lions are trained for multiple things, but the main reason here at the zoo is so we can take better care of them. It's called husbandry training, or more simply, it's health care. So them walking around with us, it's very easily, we can walk them onto a scale so we can monitor their weights. If we have them laid down again, we can actually look at their body, look at their scarf. Target. We can do that again. So we can monitor Cisco's scarf, see how well that's doing. Keep an eye on it. Good. We can look into their eyes even. Give them some eye drops. I mentioned that earlier with Reyes. We'll give Cisco some right now. And he does really well with them. Just holding his eyes nice and wide while we drop some saline in them. Now he doesn't really need it on a daily basis, but his are more preventative, just in case we ever were to use them in the future. Let's go. Now as these two get a little bit older, they'll learn some more complicated behaviors, like some x-rays, some ultrasounds, even a voluntary blood draw. And we can do it right on the inside of those flippers. Good. But they haven't quite learned that yet, they just are working their way towards it. Now we also want to make sure our sea lions get plenty of exercise in. Great way to stay nice and healthy. Looks like Reyes is getting some of his exercise in, playing a little bit of soccer back there. He's definitely the athlete of the two, jumping up, hitting that red ball, playing that soccer. Cisco is going to get more of his exercise in the water at the moment, but we are working to change that. So I did go ahead and toss out a dive ring. It's going to sink to the bottom, and he's going to use those same adaptations, hunting for fish, using that eyesight and those whiskers to find it. Good. And bring it right on back to me. Now, granted, if it were fish, it'd be swallowed in 2 seconds. He doesn't really chew his fish, he just kind of swallows it whole. So, and bringing it back to me is very nice. Let's go. Now, one thing that our sea lions, they've learned lots of different things throughout their time here at the zoo, but they do want to make sure that you learn something as well. And that is how you can help out sea lions as well as all the animals out in the wild. But, and the first one that's very important, because we are taking lots and lots of fish out of the ocean, we want to make sure we are being sustainable with it and using good practices. So you can look into the Monterey Bay Aquarium Aquarium Seafood Watch program. They'll tell you the best kinds of fish to eat, ones that are actually healthy populations and are caught in an environmentally friendly way, and also those ones to avoid. So we can make sure that there's going to be plenty of food out there for us as well as all the animals out in the ocean. Now another thing that's plaguing our animals out there is pollution. And that's actually one of the largest problems right now. So something as simple as this plastic drink bottle that a lot of us probably use on a daily basis, they are unfortunately ending up in the landfills or even in the waterways where they can make their way out to the ocean and be possibly ingested. Now your best bet is going to recycle that just like Cisco's. We'll try that again. See if we can make it into that recycle bin. He's trying very hard, and he usually does pretty good, but we'll give him another shot. Good, there we go. We made that in this time. Now it's very simple. You can recycle that. That way we can actually make even new products. So something like this Frisbee. This is actually made just out of recycled plastics. Looks like Reyes is actually playing a little Frisbee himself. So we can make new things for our animals to enjoy. Good. And also things on our daily basis like brushing our teeth. So this toothbrush that we have here that Cisco's actually learning how to use, at least with us, is made from these recycled yogurt cups. So when we're all done with it, we can recycle this toothbrush again so it can be made into something else. Now by recycling, and better yet, we're using different products like reusable bags, straws, and cups, we can keep our environment clean and help out all the animals out in the wild. Now we're going to be wrapping up here in just a minute. If you do have any questions, stick around. We'll be more than happy to answer them. And if not, we hope you enjoy the rest of your day here at the Tulsa Zoo. Bye-bye, everyone.